What's going on, guys? I'm gonna be coming back to you with another video today. You know, 2 videos in 2 days. Bet you guys a little surprised about that one, huh? Caught you guys off guard with that one. But we're just gonna hop right into this story. We're not gonna waste any of your guys' time. So yeah, we're gonna be talking about the time that I cheated the school system. I played those motherfuckers. I played them like a goddamn fiddle. And yeah, I think it's a pretty funny story just because of the reactions and interactions with the police officer, you know, the security officer, and one of the people involved. So, like I said, let's just hop right into this. So, this takes place last year. And this takes place around the end of the year. Doesn't really have to do with anything, but I just thought I'd point that out. And, you know, I would talk about vaping a lot back then just because, you know, at our school, there's the people who, you know, sell like carts and shit. There's the people who sell weed. And then there's the people that sell vaping stuff, right? Because vaping, fucked basically everyone in my grade and basically everyone in that fucking school vapes, right? You know, fucking nicotine fiends, right? So, I remember at this time, I was low-key, like, buying jewels and shit, buying pods and just reflipping them for some money, you know? Just had to make a little bit of some money on the side. I know you guys know that feeling. Just gotta make a little bit of money. So, I'm in class one day, and one of the people that I talked to in this class, we actually talked about selling a lot, right? And I remember that he wanted me to go pick up him, like, a jewel and some pods and shit, like, a month prior, right? And, you know, I couldn't really get out of the house at the time. I didn't really have money to go pick that up for him. And, you know, I didn't really have anyone to hit up for a jewel and pods at the time, you know? Just kind of a dry period. Anyway, you know, like a month goes on from that last interaction, and I remember he comes into school one day, and we're sitting in class. This was 5th period, so the end of the day, and he tells me to go sit by him this day, right? And he pulls out this box, right, with a fat-ass fucking rubber band. It's like 2 jewels in like fucking 4 pods, right? And I remember he said that he was flipping them, and he was trying to get snaps off me, so we could add them and, you know, try to sell these. And, you know, I knew a few people at the time that were trying to buy, you know, vaping stuff. So I gave him a few Snapchats and stuff. And, you know, we should have been a little bit more careful. But apparently, I don't know who. I never found out who, right? But apparently, when I was sitting with this guy, and he pulls it out of his backpack and he shows me, and, you know, all that, yada, yada, yada. Apparently some girl near us, or something like that, I'm not too sure, but that's what the security officer said. Some girl around us ratted us out to the teacher, saying that we were selling in class, like actually selling in class, which is something that we wouldn't do because no one in that class was like about that except for me and him. I mean, there was a few people, but we aren't stupid enough to just blatantly sell in class, you know. And the next day rolls around, right? And I remember that I randomly get called up to the office around, I want to say 2nd period. Something like that. 2nd period, right? And I get called down, and I'm sitting with our dean of students, I think, or was it like the vice principal? I'm not too sure. Some kind of fucking administration, right? And I remember she calls me in. And I'm sitting down in there, and then later, like a few minutes later, a security officer comes in, right? They're asking me a few questions, and they're like, do you know anything about this? I'm like, what are you talking about? And to be honest, this kind of completely crossed my mind, because I wasn't really thinking, oh yeah, we were just talking about, like, that's normal school, like, talk. Like, I'm not gonna fucking remember that the day after. But, you know, after they're talking about it, you know, I do remember. I'm like, fuck, whatever. And I remember that the other kid also gets called in, right? So we're just standing there fucking baffled, right? He's tripping more balls than me, right? Because he's the one who actually had the stuff on him. Like, apparently this girl said that he was the one who actually had the stuff on him. Now, he made a smart move in not bringing the shit, like, that day, the day that we were getting talked to. He actually didn't bring anything in his backpack that he could get caught for. And I remember we're sitting there, and she's asking me a few questions. She's saying, oh, what do you know about this? Like, what were you guys talking about? You know, we have a report from, I think they told us 2 people. I still think that it was one. I just think they were trying to use a scare tactic because they've done that to my other friends before. And I'm sitting there, and she's like, do you know anything about this? I'm like, no, not fucking really. And my friend's low-key, like, I wouldn't say he's my friend, but he was low-key, like, shitty. Like, he was kind of freaking out about the situation. So we both get our bags searched, right? And, you know, they still keep asking us questions. They're trying to get a fucking, you know, statement out of us. They're trying to make us snitch on ourselves, right? And out of nowhere, out of fucking nowhere, like, while she's saying, oh yeah, this person says you were trying to sell, like, on campus and trying to get like Snapchats and stuff for to sell these vapes and stuff, and you know, we have to search your bag and all this. And randomly, I'm looking at this guy while he's getting his bag searched, and a fucking idea just pops up in my head. I'm like, oh, I know what you guys are talking about. Yeah, me and him were talking about this thing called OP skins, right? You guys know what OP skins, if you guys play CSGO and you guys like to buy skins. That used to be like the place where you would just get a fuck ton of skins before it got, you know, shut down. It didn't really get shut down, but you can't really buy skins off of it because CSGO just decided to fuck the fucking skin economy. And, you know, I'm like, oh yeah, we're talking about, you know, OP skins. And, yeah, it's this online gaming and trading site where you can buy and sell different in-game items for actual real currency. And they're like, what do you mean? And I actually pull it up on my phone because I wasn't going to make up some bullshit, right? Like, I actually had to show them an actual site, and I showed them my account, and at the time, I actually had a few listings up for a couple skins. You know, I think I had, like, a knife on there, a couple AK skins, you know, whatever. And I'm like, oh, yeah, he said that he was going to trade me a few items so I can sell them on my account, because he said that his account wasn't working. So I think when the person was saying they were trying to get Snapchats, I think that, you know, they misunderstood it. Like, I was trying to get his Snapchat so he could send me, like, his email and his Steam URL and stuff, so he can send me the skins and I can sell them on my account. And, you know, she looks over at him, and he's kind of looking at me like fucking baffled, right? Because I just pulled this out of my ass, right? And I'm looking at him like, don't fuck this up, you stupid fuck, right? And I was low-key, like, getting a little pissed off because he was sitting there for a little bit not saying anything. I'm like, dude, just go along with it. Just go along with it. I wasn't obviously saying anything, right? I was keeping a straight face, you know, poker face in that bitch. Didn't want them to suspect a goddamn thing. And, you know, he kind of snaps out of it, and he's like, oh, yeah. When I tried to log on to the site, you know, it wasn't really working. Keep in mind, this guy knows nothing about what I'm talking about. He doesn't know what the fuck CSGO is. He didn't even know what CSGO is, right? He's like, yeah, my account wasn't working, and I was trying to give him some skins so he can sell them and then just send me the money back on my PayPal. And, you know, he tries to sign in, like, he tries to make a bullshit thing where he's trying to sign in on his email, and it just says login failed. So I was like, oh, yeah, see? That's what we're talking about. And they actually fucking believed us, dude. Oh my god. She was like, oh, you know, that now that you're actually saying it, like, it doesn't really seem like you can make that up just on the fly and stuff. So I guess we did just misunderstand, and you guys don't have anything on you. Like, they searched our bags. We didn't have anything on us. They're like, oh yeah, you guys don't have anything on you. You know, sorry for the inconvenience. I guess just people misheard stuff, and we're just having a lot of problems right now with people trying to sell stuff in school. And me and him are like, yeah, you know, we get it. And, you know, they let us out of the fucking room, and I text him on my phone because I actually had his snap. I'm like, yo, meet up in the fucking stairway. And he's like, dude, what the fuck was that? How the fuck did you come up with that shit? I'm like, I don't even know. Like, I was scared. I wasn't really scared, but I was low-key pissed off that this situation happened. And I was like, you know, it's just the first thing that came to mind, and I'm really happy that you actually went along with it. You know, 5th period rolls along that day, and I walk into that class. I just straight up, yo, who the fuck snitched, right? Before the teacher came in. And, you know, the girl that we were sitting around, I don't know who it was, but there was a couple girls sitting around us. And I noticed, like, a couple of them just look down, like, right away when I say that. And I'm like, yeah, that's what I fucking thought. And, yeah, that was pretty much the story. I literally cheated the fuck out of the system. I played them so hard. And yeah, I have other couple stories where I've played the system before. And if you guys want to hear those, remember to leave that in the comments below. This is kind of a longer story, but I hope you guys do enjoy. 2 uploads in 2 days. Hopefully I'm surprising you guys with that one. Anyway, I hope you guys did enjoy. Remember to leave a like, subscribe if you're not already, and until next time, guys, peace.